Welcome friends. Today we will learn regulation of insulin hormone in part 3. Objective: first, relationship between the blood glucose and insulin. Second, regulation of insulin. Relationship between blood glucose and plasma insulin level. When blood glucose level rises more than 90 milligram per 100 ml, simultaneously increase in the insulin secretion. And when blood glucose level rise between 400 to 600 milligram per 100 ml, the insulin secretion or the level of the insulin reaches to the peak level, that is 10 to 25 times. Now here, when we give blood glucose intravenously, there is a rise in the plasma insulin level. So you can see here there is a plasma insulin level, 100, 200, 300, 400 units is the picomole per liter. So when we give intravenous blood glucose, within a 2 or 3 minutes, there is increase in the blood glucose level. So this initial peak is because of the preformed insulin. Then you can see after 10 to 20 minutes, the second phase of the insulin secretion comes. We can also call it as a prolonged second phase, which is due to newly synthesized insulin. So glucose converted into pyruvate, glycolysis of the glucose, generation of new ATP, which block the potassium channels which are ATP sensitive. But this takes some time, and there will be a synthesis of the new insulin, so it takes some time. So initially there is a decrease in insulin level from peak for 15 to 20 minutes, then gradually increase in the level of insulin secretion. So this prolonged second phase is due to newly synthesized insulin. Now the rate of insulin secretion is 40 unit per day, and relationship between the blood glucose and insulin secretion is sigmoidal shape. Now some regulation part, there are some stimulatory factor and there are some inhibitory factor. First of all, stimulatory factor. So which are the factor which simply raise the insulin? Obviously food. So when there is increase in blood glucose level, fatty acid level, amino acid level, after meal there is an increase in the insulin secretion. Second is heavy protein meal, particularly protein rich with the arginine and lysine. So when we give protein rich diet, there is not much increase in the insulin secretion. But when we give protein rich diet with glucose diet, so protein rich diet plus glucose rich diet, there is a increase in the insulin secretion much as compared to when we give protein rich meal alone. So basically this amino acid strongly potentiate the glucose stimulus for insulin secretion. Next is the GI hormone, gastrin, cholecystokinin, secretin, GLP-1, GIP. So this GI hormone increases insulin secretion. So when we are giving food orally, due to incretin effect, we have learned this effect in previous lecture. So I am not going to discuss in detail, but because of this incretin effect, there is a increase in the insulin secretion. Next is the certain anterior pituitary hormone and other hormone like growth hormone, thyroxine hormone, cortisol hormone, glucagon hormone. This all hormone. So growth hormone and thyroxine from the anterior pituitary, glucagon from pancreas, and cortisol from adrenal cortex. They also stimulate insulin secretion. Then parasympathetic stimulation or acetylcholine also stimulate. Beta adrenergic stimulation increase insulin secretion. Obesity we do insulin resistance. Then sulfonylurea. So these are the drugs. Example tolbutamide and other drugs. Basically they block the ATP sensitive potassium channel and increase the insulin secretion. Other factors are the estrogen and progesterone, but less importantly, or you can say they increase the insulin secretion, but less extent. Next is the inhibitory factor. Obviously, hypoglycemia, fasting, somatostatin hormone inhibit insulin and glucagon. So here it inhibits the insulin. Then leptin hormone inhibit insulin secretion as leptin decrease cyclic AMP and thus inhibit protein kinase A pathway which regulate the calcium channel and helpful in the exocytosis of the hormone. So in short, leptin inhibit the insulin. The next is the hypoxia. Hypoxia inhibit the phosphorylation of the tyrosine kinase and thus inhibit the insulin secretion. And last, alpha adrenergic stimulation. Remember, beta adrenergic stimulation beta adrenergic stimulation stimulate insulin secretion. Alpha adrenergic stimulation inhibit insulin secretion. Thank you. Jai Swami Narayan.